So for today's Black Show, I want to talk about culture, not in a way like a back in my day or even a judgmental way at all. I more so want to talk about it from the perspective of somebody that lived both sides of it. Growing up where I grew up, kind of being where I'm at now, because I look at how people act today, and it feels different. Like something's changed. So let's talk about it. So I want to start this off by saying, when I look back on like my behavior in my life, especially during my college years and then through my 20s, I did a bunch of reckless, silly stuff. And I for sure wasn't perfect. I made a bunch of mistakes. I treated some people poorly. Did a bunch of things I'm not proud of, right? But one thing I can say that like I never really had true malicious intentions. Like my hurting people wasn't my mission in really anything. If anything, I was in survival mode for so long that I didn't and everybody around me growing up was in survival mode, so I didn't even know of another way of living. And I think that might be some of what's happening right now, but I want to start this off where like I am not the perfect person at all. Never claim to be. Never will claim to be that. With that being said, though, the thing that I noticed the most recently is that everybody is on edge and kind of ready to go at all times, like in go mode. Like the drill rappers say on demon time. Like even with fighting, right? So I only got into like 3 fights in my life as a kid. So I mean bar fights and stuff in college and like that. But and the first one I was sucker punched in an alley while I was playing basketball because I was chopping dude and his sister liked me. Um, and then the other two I won one very easily, one pretty easily. But even then, like fighting was never something that I like looked for or I thought was like a flex. I was raised by somebody that like you protect yourself and you be capable of protecting yourself. I will only fight if I felt my back like in a corner, like I really had no other option. Like I walked away from so many situations because I know I look at the cost benefit of every action I do pretty much for the most part. And it's not worth it to fight, especially now. I got way too much to lose to be fighting anybody. So you're not gonna catch me fighting anybody. I call the police now. I don't have to be tough anymore. I could call the law enforcement on you. Like we got attorneys, we got business attorneys. It's ways to make stuff happen for legally. I don't have to fight you anymore. But it blows my mind today because now it feels like people actively look for conflict. Like people are ready and hungry for it. People are like itching to be offended, like ready to attack, ready to prove something. And I think that comes from people not succeeding in other areas and it's frustration and that's the outlet. It's like a kid that is just aggressive by nature. You put them in wrestling or football so that they got a positive outlet for that behavior and that aggression and that energy has somewhere to go. And I think now a lot of people are just existing. So a lot of that energy is just bubbling. And then it's like crimes of opportunity or conflicts of opportunity. And with the shift of like everything going viral and you can get into a fight and then become a millionaire famous, the next couple of days, getting interviews and stuff like that. And it's just a very toxic ecosystem in general. Like, have I watched the Vlad TVs, the Say Cheese, all those interviews? Yeah, but Adam 22's. Now I haven't really watched Adam 22 besides like clips. But it's a toxic ecosystem that's like pushing that conflict. Only thing they talk about is conflict on those. Who's beefing with who? Who's got issues with who? And like just and again, I'm not a perfect person at all. Like, but I can say since around mid 2021, because summer 2021, I hated my ex. Like, I hated her. Did I have like reason to, or like not even reason to? Did I have a legitimate argument in that? like for the typical person would hate. Yeah, 100%. I hated her. Now I could care less about that whole situation or that person in general. Like, and I like so since after I healed from that piece, I really have no negative intentions towards anyone. Like none. I had so much after that whole situation. I had so much to do to rebuild myself, and like I had to look at myself like, dog, hold up, am I what I say I am? Like you mad because other people not thinking you are what you say you are, but are you what you say you are? Let's go out and make sure that it's undeniable. And then over the next like 4 years, that's what I did. Like it or love it, make fun of me, joke on it, say stuff is weak, but and from 2021 to today, I've accomplished more stuff than I had in the last probably 15 years, but also lapped. I used to always say I was behind because when I coached, I wasn't working and making money and doing. But I've lapped people that were races ahead of me, because I just put my head down and worked. So I haven't been focused on nobody else's stuff. Like I don't really pay attention to a lot of other stuff other than like the news, the YouTube channels I watch. But on a personal level, I don't even have social media. I technically have an Instagram, but I don't use it at all. I just have it because it's there. I think I follow my mama and my sister. Like that's it. Other than that, I don't really do social media. I don't really care what people got going on. And I think once you get in that loop of consistently not seeing stuff, I don't even want to know what people got going on. I'm happy when I see people because I'm able to catch up with them in an organic sense. So when I talk to people now that I haven't seen in a long time, it's really like, bro, how you been? Like, what's going on in your life? And I'm not having to watch it from a Facebook screen and creep on it like, oh, they got so and so going on. I miss a lot of stuff, which is okay too, because then I get up. So it's better for how my brain works. And I'm not saying I'm better than nobody for not having social media. It just wasn't good for me because I realized that, especially around like the election time, and prior up to that, the ideas that I have really good pattern recognition. That's one of my skills that I have, or gifts that I was blessed with. And I would see stuff before it was happening, and I would kind of see where stuff was going, and I wasn't the best at like giving my message out via typing. Like I could do it on video, but via text it doesn't come off the same. Because I text like I type, or I text like I talk. So, and I realized it was damaging how people view me, because if they read it a certain way, and I'm from Milwaukee, we have very low. This is almost every inner city, very low reading comprehension skills. So people wouldn't even understand what I was talking about, and then they put me in the category he's trying to be smart. Like, no, this is how I talk. But the sad part was, so during those 4 years, the people I ran into, or people that I like interacted with, or like even females I try to date, a lot of them were sketchy. Like it was a few really good ones. One with just genuine hearts for sure. Like, but most of them weren't. Like it was a lot of folks that were like ill-intentioned and self-serving, and it was obvious. It was very obvious to me. And and then they get upset because they're not able to take advantage. Like, damn, your plan didn't work, so I'm mad at my plan. The plan I had against you to screw you over or to take advantage of you didn't work, so now I'm mad at you for not letting me take advantage of you. Like, no, it's a psychosis in the black community, at least in the Milwaukee black community for that. And a lot of folks, again, were just ill-intentioned and self-serving. And the emotion I get from that, it's not even upset. I'm just disappointed. I just thought that like people in general were better my whole life. I was so hard on myself, and I still am hard on myself, because I thought that everybody else was doing the right thing. I always go back to this. I remember a conversation I was having with my ex. We was laying in bed and we was talking about people. It was like people do, and I really thought this. I was like, people typically do what's right. And she said, no, people do what they want to do. And I was like, I remember disagreeing where she was 100% spot on. I was wrong on that. Because people do what they want to do. And I thought it was the opposite my whole life. I've been a little bit oblivious my whole life. And what's causing this now? I honestly think it's the internet. The online culture that we live, it bleeds into real life. So Childish Gambino album, right? Because of the internet, listen to it. What Childish Gambino was mirroring was like all of the negative aspects. He did it masterfully in song, but Childish Gambino is a thinker, and he put that subliminal message out like all the world is gonna crumble because of the internet. That's what he was meaning. If you listen back through that album, and you'll understand what I'm saying. So my closing thoughts today was I'm not really complaining, y'all. I'm just reflecting on what I see. The energy feels different. And in some ways it's negative. Some ways it's like, okay, I feel the positive coming. But overall it's just different. And I know y'all feel it. I feel it. Everybody feel it. A lot of negativity people try to drag you into. At the end of the day, like I say to the kids I work with, don't let someone else's action give you negative consequences. If you're going to get negative consequences, have to be something that you thought up. So don't let people's energy, it's called transmute. You transmute that energy. So when I was getting all of the hate, not even hate, when I was getting all of the, I don't even know what to call it, just the negative energy turn my way by specific individuals, I use that to motivate me to be better than I was the day before. And if you do it that way, one, you accomplish stuff, but also it doesn't affect you as the people that are pushing that negative energy towards you thinks it's going to affect you. And actually it sends whatever they got back at them. So whatever they wish, whatever negative you wish on somebody is going to happen to you. And people that have done that to me, I'm guessing are finding that out now. So that's all today, y'all. It's Kenny Cams. It's the Black Show. I'm the Black Show. I'm out. Peace. Love.